Welcome to the Divine Living Talk Show. I'm your host, GIna DeVee, and this is your weekly lifestyle segment where creating a beautiful life becomes the priority and you become even more fabulous. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Did your grandmother leave you diamonds and heirlooms, maybe silver, crystal, pearls? Trust fund? Yep, mine neither. However, it doesn't need to stop women like us from living a glamorous life. You know, our grandmothers and grandfathers may not have come from royal lineage, but you have a choice today, and so do I. And so I'm going to share with you a choice that I have made about starting my own crystal collection and starting to give myself the things that I do desire and not wait for someone else to give them to me. You know, I think that those rules are from days gone by. And I think that so many women right now are breaking the rules and they're not waiting for a man necessarily to buy them jewelry or cars or homes. And this isn't anything about thinking that we have to do things and that the men can't. It's just about empowering yourself to be in your most feminine state, to be in your queenhood. So I'll share with you a decision that I made that helped me do that for me. So my baby is the most important person in my life, and we take time for our relationship. And a couple times a year, we go completely off the grid and just do something really special for us. So one year, I had discovered this luxury train ride that goes all through Ireland, and Glenn's heritage is Irish, so I thought he's gonna love this. So we did the Belmont Orient Express, and I loved it. It was great. We got to see that entire island, learned so much about its really rich history, and one of the stops that we made was at the Waterford factory / museum / shop. And I saw all this beautiful crystal. And, you know, for my wedding, I didn't register for crystal, and so I don't really own crystal. And I looked at this crystal and I was like, some women have their grandmother's crystal, and GIna DeVee, you're gonna have your own crystal. So these are two representations of some of the crystal that I purchased. And this is a stemless champagne glass that I just love, like the quality of it, the feel of it, and I also love the memory that it created when we were on that trip together. So I think that because you're working so hard in your life and you're doing so much for everyone else, it's really important for you to treat yourself well and also celebrate the wins. So something else that I do is I always have at least a bottle of champagne in my fridge, because you just never know when I'm gonna feel like celebrating or have a win to just cheers to. So today is that day, and now is that moment. Something that I learned when I was bussing tables at Morton's Steakhouse, yes, is that you don't open champagne shaking it up like when all the hockey players come in after winning the Stanley Cup and spray it around. That actually the way that you open a bottle of champagne is supposed to be as quiet as possible. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that I am a total expert at this, so this could be really elegant and glamorous or mildly humbling. You're about to find out with me. But basically, the intention is that you untwist the wire and you step far away from your crystal and you hold your champagne and you slowly twist the top and you do it just like that. Did it right. So there you go. Now, I'm pretty sure you know how to handle this part. And we've got to celebrate the wins. I want you to think about right now, what are you so proud of yourself that you did today? that you experienced today? How did you grow today? What was your aha today? What did you accomplish today? How did you move your life forward today? That deserves an acknowledgement with some champagne or whatever bubbly you like. This is my preference. Oh, last quick queen tip. Own a champagne stopper. Nothing worse than opening up a bottle of champagne only wanting to have a glass, having champagne left, and trying to stick a spoon in it or some wine cork that doesn't fit. Order a champagne stopper, have it on hand, and most importantly, get used to celebrating your life, treating yourself well. And remember, there's a line in the Course in Miracles that says the only thing lacking from any situation is what you yourself are not giving. So if you're at all feeling like down and out and that someone or something else should be giving to you, give it to yourself. You've got what it takes. And celebrate every ounce of your life. And by all means, if you're going to celebrate, do it in style. Cheers. Of course you'd show up for the champagne, baby.
Great looking blouse.
Well, thank you. Look at you. You look great too. Mwah.
Time to celebrate! Yes!
Yes, thank you.
Bring it on, darling! Cheers to the best photo shoot ever!
All right, gorgeous. Now that you have acknowledged what you're celebrating in your life today, I want you to get really great at inviting others to celebrate with you. You know, as a woman entrepreneur, you spend enough time behind your computer doing things by yourself. And when you've got a launch going, when you've got a book coming out in the world, when you've shot your first video series, when you've landed your first client or your first 10K month, I'm going to invite you to gather women and ask them to come and celebrate with you. One personal story that I have with that is that when I launched my docu-series, it was such a labor of love. And I put so much into it. I called all my girlfriends. I said, this is getting released on this date. You and I, we're going out to Nobu, Malibu. You be there. You be there. And we had this great time. But they weren't reaching out to me over it, not because they don't love me or weren't proud of me. It's like we're all busy in our own life and in our own world. So don't think that other people need to think about this for you. Think about yourself. And do you know what? They thanked me. They were like, this is so much fun. We're so proud of you. One was like, do you mind if I copy you? I'm gonna do a docu-series also. It was so great. But I took that initiative to be like, you mean a lot to me. You're coming out and celebrating me because I'm so proud of what I just did. So don't be afraid to ask others to celebrate your big wins, your accomplishments, and take a look around to see who do you need to offer to go celebrate. Is your business bestie or mastermind partner have a big launch coming up, or do you know they just killed it with their new video series, or maybe they just landed a really big corporate client or a speaking gig? Let's create a habit and a ritual of celebrating each other and make it really spectacular, make it glamorous, make it fabulous, and let's make it a regular thing. It is so important with as much as we're working that we just get great at celebrating ourselves, asking to be celebrated, and of course celebrating others as well. So I want you to leave a comment right now about what are you celebrating in your life today? Who's the next sister you are going to be celebrating? And the last action you need to take is start asking those that you love to go celebrate with you. Last but not least, forward this to a woman right now who needs some celebration in her life. We're all going to be so glad you did.